This is CBB Today. I'm Spencer Ostroff, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're doing a game preview, and we're previewing one of the best rivalries in all of college basketball, and a rivalry that's gotten even better this year with the drama going on between Tom Izzo and Dusty May. In this video, we're going to preview the game, we're going to go through some X factors for each team, and then stick around till the end of the video so you can hear my game prediction. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Let's start with the Michigan State Spartans, who got a 91-87 win last night over Rutgers, and that final score was a little bit closer than the game actually was. Now, they were up 14 points with about a minute 30 left. Tom Izzo put a bunch of the seniors in, and that lead got cut very quick with Rutgers full court pressing. So I wouldn't worry about Michigan State only beating Rutgers by 4 points. They handled that game in the second half. Now, was it a little close in the first half? Sure, but they handled business. The week before, we talked about it. They got the win at Mackey Arena and at Assembly Hall. Now, is Purdue as good as they've been in years past? No. Is that still a massive, massive win to get? 100%. And then winning at Assembly Hall. Indiana's currently a bubble team, but winning at Assembly Hall, it's not an easy place to play. In conference, on the road, they got 2 victories. So, massive, massive wins for Michigan State. In my opinion, they're currently one of the hottest teams in the country, and I'm saying that with them only being on a 5-game winning streak. It's not like they've rattled off 15 wins in a row, but you beat UCLA, you beat Ohio State, you beat Purdue, you then beat Indiana. Those are 4 probable tourney teams. UCLA is going to be in, or Ohio State looks like they're going to be in. Indiana's right now on the bubble. Now, you beat Rutgers. There is no spread yet for this game on Sunday. I'm assuming Michigan will be favored by around 8 or 9 points, being that it is at the Chrysler Center. So let's talk about some X factors for Michigan State. Now, when you think of X factors, you think of guys that might average, 10 points or so that you might need, 15 or 16 out of. When I think of X factors for Michigan State, I think of Cohen Carr. I think of Jordan Scott. I think of Kurt Tang. You kind of know what you're getting out of Jeremy Fears, who, by the way, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's potentially going to be the Big Ten Player of the Year, which, with they lost Holloman, they lost Richardson, they lost Akins. I didn't really know what to expect out of their backcourt coming into this year, and he has taken such a big leap. It's so great to see. And talking about big leaps, Jackson Kohler, one of the most improved players in the country, the growth he's made from his freshman year to now is unbelievable. So you know what you're going to get out of Fears, Kohler, Carson Cooper, who's also improved so much from his freshman year. It just goes to show how great of a developer Tom Izzo is and what can happen when you stick with a program for all 4 years, which we don't see anymore. But it happened with their front court. So Fears, Kohler, Cooper, you know what you're getting out of them. Cohen Carr, Jordan Scott, Kurt Tang. Those are the guys I'm looking at. If Kurt Tang can give you 12 points, if Jordan Scott can maybe give you 14, 15, Cohen Carr had 21 points against Rutgers. If he can not replicate that, but give you 15 to 20, they're going to need that. So, with all that being said, let's now talk about some of the Michigan players. If you want the best March Madness coverage in the game, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're currently on the road to 500 subscribers, and we're going to have a full bracket reveal. We're going to preview every major matchup, and we're going to recap every single game in March Madness. Hit the subscribe button and enjoy the rest of the video. The big, bad Michigan Wolverines, who got a little scary win last night at Iowa. They won 71-68. Now, this is their first game without LJ Kaysen, and we talked a lot about what are we going to expect from this Michigan team without LJ Kaysen. Now, yes, was he a bench piece? Sure. Was he the best backup point guard in the country? I think that's probably, you can't really argue that. He was. Now, we talked about who's going to be the primary ball handler when Elliot Cadeau is not in the game. Trey McKinney. Maybe a little bit of Yaxel. Maybe a mix of, maybe Roddy Gale brings it up sometimes. I think, we saw a little bit of it last night. We're going to see more on Sunday against Michigan State, and then we have to keep an eye on it in the Big Ten tournament. Am I worried a little bit about it? Yeah. Is this team built on their front court? Yeah. So, yes, you lost your backup point guard. It's going to hurt because guard play is so important in March, but you still have a Daimara who might just be their most important player. Now, Michigan, I think I saw they were minus 21 when Adai Mara was on the bench last night, which is crazy. Now, is Yaxel Lendeborg like the head of the snake for them? Is he their leader? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair to say. But could you also say Adai Mara is their most important player? Yeah. And Merez Johnson is just as important as both of them. Now, Merez Johnson, did he have a good year at Illinois last year? Yeah. Was he a little held back by maybe foul trouble sometimes or other guys in their front court? Yeah. Merez Johnson is playing his way into being a first-round pick in June. Now, that's if he goes to the draft. Now, I don't want to talk too much about that. We know their front court's great. Let's talk about some X factors. Nimari Burnett. His minutes went down around, the midway half of the season up until the LJ Kaysen injury. He was playing around 15 minutes a game. Now, we saw last night he played way more. I think that's going to be the case. Now, Roddy Gale's minutes are going to go up. Will Cheddar, who, again, he's been at Michigan the whole time. So it's nice that he's going to have his senior day where he stuck with the program through and through coaching changes, through everything. So Will Cheddar, like a guy that might give you a 3 or 2 a game, if he can have, 8, 10 points, if Roddy Gale could score in double figures. Now, Trey McKinney. Trey McKinney, he honestly reminds me a lot of myself. Like when I used to ball before my injury, I look at Trey McKinney and I see myself. Like he has my play style. And that's one of the best play styles you could have. Like, a guy that can shoot the 3, get in the lane, facilitate. Now, look, am I joking a bit? Sure. But Trey McKinney is a great player, and they're going to need him to grow up a little faster than they thought they were going to need. Now, I think they looked at Trey McKinney as, this guy's a very nice piece to have off the bench, but next year, he's going to be the guy in Ann Arbor. They're going to need him to be that guy in March. They're going to need him to take on a big part of the load in March Madness with no LJ Kaysen. So, look, this Michigan team, we've talked about them a lot. They're 28-2. They obviously stumbled to Wisconsin. They lost to Duke in Washington, D.C. They're 28-2. They are second in KenPom. They're one of the best regular season teams we've seen in recent memory. Now, look, if they win the national title, we could say they're one of the best teams in general that we've seen in recent memory. But for now, they're dominant. They are dominant. They're winning games on the road. They won at Illinois. They won at Purdue. They've won at Michigan State. They have proven that they are very good. They're battle tested. They can win away from Ann Arbor. So, yeah, the X factors: Roddy Gale, Trey McKinney, and Nimari Burnett. Now, let's get into my game prediction. So there is no spread yet in this game. I think it's going to be around 8 or 9 points, obviously, for Michigan's side. They already played at the Breslin Center earlier in the year. Michigan got the 83-71 win. They got off to a crazy hot start. Michigan State crawled back. They even took the lead in the second half. And then Michigan, they put their foot down. They closed the door on Michigan State. Now, like I previously mentioned, Michigan State, great defense. Michigan, great defense. So I'm not expecting this game to be 95, like in the 90s. I'm probably not even expecting it to be in the 80s. I do expect Michigan to win. Now, I need to see the spread. Michigan, the ESPN analytics have Michigan at an 83% chance to win this game. Now, I would be shocked if Michigan lost. Now, is it going to be a little closer than some people think? Yeah, I think a lot of people, they might see an 8 or 9 point spread and they're going to take Michigan at home just with the way they've been playing. But like I said, Michigan State is one of the hottest teams in the country. They play team defense. They play team offense. They don't rely too heavily on one guy, right? I'm curious to see how Dusty May is going to guard Jeremy Fears, because you're going to have to make sure Elliot Cadeau stays out of foul trouble. And Jeremy Fears is one of the best players in the country at drawing fouls. He gets 2 feet in the lane. He'll go up. He will draw fouls. He'll kick it out to the three-point shooters. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work. I'm going to take Michigan in this. I'm going to take Michigan 76-71. I think it's going to be a really, really good game to kind of close out the regular season, because this is at 4:30 on Sunday. After this, it's conference tournament time, and then it's March Madness. So, if you have not subscribed yet, make sure to do that. We're going to have a full bracket reveal on Selection Sunday, and we're going to preview every major matchup, and we're going to recap every major game. So hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and we're almost there. So yeah, I'm going to take Michigan 76-71. I think they sweep Michigan State. But look, it's hard to beat a really good team twice, and Michigan's already beat them. So would it shock me if Michigan State walks into the Chrysler Center and wins? No, it's a big rivalry game. 2 teams that probably don't like each other. 2 coaches that seem like they don't like each other. This game will be a lot of fun. And yeah, this will be this is going to be a treat to end the regular season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoy making these previews for you guys, and we can go back and see how my predictions were. As of recently, they have not been great. So if you're a Michigan fan, I'm sorry. I might be the reason that they lose this game on Sunday. With that being said, let me know in the comments what video you guys would want to see next, and I will see you guys next time. CBB today. Peace.